Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome back to another GTSport live stream. This is the fun stream, if you like. It's just gone. It's pretty much bang on 8 o'clock on a Monday morning, and of course that means that the weekly events, although they're still known as daily races, but the weekly races have been updated, and we've got 3 new events. Daily race A is the Suzuka East course. Daily race B we're doing is 3 laps at Spa with the Group 3 cars. And the daily race C is 10 laps around the reverse layout of Dragon Trail, or the seaside I should say, at Dragon Trail to Group 4 cars. But we're going to have a go with the Group 3 cars. I do like Spa. We'll have a look at the top 10 stars already. So we've got an Atenza up there on a 2-minute 20. The AMGs look quite popular here. There is a 911 RSR, which is the car I've chosen to start off with. We've got an RCZ, we've got a McLaren from 95 in there as well, a Supra down here, and a Tenza, another Tenza. So could be a good mix of cars anyway. So it looks like we've got to get something. Looks like 220 is going to be the fastest time so far. So we're on the hard tyres. They're the only ones that you can have. Nothing else I don't think we can change. I don't think we can change any of this, can we? No, we can't. So I'm in the 911 RSR from 2017. This is my I don't know if it's my favourite car, but it's certainly the one that I've done the most miles in. You can see there just over 5,100 miles that we've completed on this car. So I think we'll have time here to do 4-5 laps with the RSR, just see how we get on. It's crucial, of course, to have a few good early races before all the sweaty people get on in the evening. And yeah, this is my favourite stream at the moment. And the other ones I do like is obviously on the Saturday afternoon with both the Nations Cup and the Manufacturer Series. Manufacturer Series a bit disappointing. With the Nations Cup we did well in. The first race didn't go well. Oh wow, the slowdown zone's here at the bottom of Eau Rouge. That's going to be interesting. Oh, as we bounce our way across the curb. And yeah, the first race in the Nations Cup was pretty disappointing. We could have had 6th, but multiple mistakes dropped us to 9th. But the second race went very well, finished in 3rd place. So yeah, this is a time of the week where it's good for me to try and increase my driver score. My driver rating is an A. Has been now for a few weeks. My safety rating is an S, has been now for a few weeks, although I did a daily race earlier and it dropped down to 94, but I'm sure one clean race here will see us back up to 99, so there'll be no danger of us dropping a rating, hopefully. And we'll just take it nice and easy for the first couple of laps, build up the confidence in the car. Nice sunny conditions here at Spa, and it's another real world circuit. And always go better at the real world circuits. You can see here that we changed our livery on the RSR. We've been running the AlphaTauri livery for quite a while. We're now onto a McLaren livery. It's orange and blue. And we might give other cars a go. We might give the Supra a go at some point. I have got an AMG, but I've done very little miles in it. So if that seems to be the car of choice, then we might give that a go for a couple of races. Might give the Ferrari 458 a go as well, but I don't think it's going to be very good around here, unfortunately. So then through Curve of Porphyret onto Blanchimont now, the curving back straight. Don't really know what times to aim for or what times I'll be happy with. The quickest guys in the Atenza and the AMG seem to be clocking 2-minute 20s to 2:22s. If we can get something like 2:24.25, I think that'd be a good benchmark, but we'll certainly get a few laps under our belt here. If we don't lock up into the bus stop chicane, lost a bit of time through there, but it's just a side to lap number 1. First lap is going to be a 2:22.2, so that's encouraging. We can certainly go a lot quite quicker than that. And unfortunately as well, it's a rolling start. It'd be nice if they did some of these grid started, because the rolling start, if you start somewhere in 10th, you're about 8 or 9 seconds behind the leader as you cross the line. It's crucial to get some good speed here through Eau Rouge and Radion at the top, which we've done. We found a lot of time, already 5, nearly 6 tenths up. We'll be about 8 tenths up by the end of a straight going into Les Combes. I'm confident we can get into the 220s. I braked a little bit earlier for there, but it's another corner that does can catch you out. You've got to be so careful on the foot around this, but certainly with a car that's rear engined, rear wheel driven. Down here as well, it's downhill braking, so you can easily run wide. So much understeer involved through here. This corner I do like though. And we're just over a second up on our previous best, so that's good. That'll be a low 21 if we can keep it clean. Now into Pouon, double left-hander. Bit scrappy, but we're still about a second up. Remember, we lost time at the bus stop chicane as well, so if we can get that right, we can definitely further increase our lap time, or decrease it I should say. And to Curva Porfret, named after a famous Belgian F1 driver. Good exit out here is crucial. Now on to Blanchimont again. Still a second up, just over a second up. I'm sure we can find some time in the bus stop chicane as well. We're getting a bit too deep there on the first lap. Through here, just a little bit of a lift in fifth. Run the car a little wide, gaining more time. Right, let's get the braking right here. That was nice. Straighten up the car and exit. Yeah, finding time, second and a half up. Into the 220s now, 220.718. Oh! Well, that lap's pretty much ruined now, straight away. We'll keep going anyway, get some more track knowledge. It's not great in fifth through there, is it? I'm going to have to knock it down to fourth. And the onboard shot here in the RSR. Right, I think I braked a little bit early here. Too much speed, running wide. But we have found a couple of attempts. I wonder if first gear is useful round here. So we're finding time in this lap, despite the fact we were 4 tenths down on the exit of La Source. We're nearly recaptured all that time. I did make a bit of a mistake here on the second lap through Pouon. Oh, that was very close to running wide. And look at that, we're almost up now on our previous best. Be a bit more brave. Just not flat through there. Constantly feathering the throttle. Well, the bus stop we pretty much nailed on the second run, so I'll be surprised if we can find some time there. Found a couple of hundredths through there. No, I broke a bit too early, made a mistake. Short shift to second. Yeah, didn't find any time, so we're 2 tenths down on our previous best. If we nail a perfect lap, if we nail a perfect lap, I'm pretty sure that we might be able to get a very low 220, maybe even a very high 219. Actually throw it into Eau Rouge and out of Adion. Yeah, we're finding time, look at that. Nearly half a second up. That was nice through there. Finding time everywhere. We're nearly a second up, look at this. Oh, I broke a bit early there. It's a strange line in that corner. Yeah, we're losing a little bit of time now. Be, I think, 7 tenths up by the time we get to the bus stop. So we might just sneak into a very high 2:19. Probably be our last lap as well. That was nice through there. Barely lifted that time. Finding time again. Oh, as late as you like on the brakes. Ah. Still though, it's good. 2:19.776. Nearly found an extra second. That's pretty much going to be it, I think. Yeah, there's 1 minute 30 left. So that's good. 2:19.7. I think now hopefully that'll put us near the front. I'll have a go at Eau Rouge again. Try and get this right. You can gain so much speed through here. Down to 4th. Heavy to the right. Yeah, I pretty much got that nailed on, so that's okay. So 2:19.776 so far. We'll exit to see overall sector times. Don't need to look at all that. It's pretty irrelevant. So let's look at overall sector times. So yeah, we was up. Our personal best was in all 3 sectors. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it got better and better. We only found a couple of hundredths there in sector 2, but we were pretty much purple everywhere. So, but there we are. We're already 6th, so that's good. The Hurricanes, which I absolutely will not touch, obviously quite quick as well. But mind you, there's a couple of SS and A star rated drivers in there. So already the A's, B's, A stars, and S's seem to be at the front of the field. The problem is, though, we'll probably be put into the lobby of all of these guys. I'm the only RSR in there. There's a couple of GTRs. The AMGs, I think, will be quite strong, but the Hurricanes obviously very strong straight out the bat. The VGT Division Gran Turismo cars I have absolutely no interest in driving. I don't like driving fake cars. There's an R8 in there as well. So, yeah, a 2:19.776 is, I'm pretty happy with that. That's not a bad lap to get things rolling. I thought, you know, if we could aim for around about a 2:22 to a 2:20, I'd be quite happy with that. I probably could find a few extra temps here and there. But yeah, I didn't think I'd have a 2:19.7 straight away. So we'll join the first session. I don't know how many races I'm going to do, at least 5 or 6. And straight away we're starting in 3rd. There's an old mix of cars. So we've got an R8 on pole, an AMG in 2nd, that's no surprise. There's a couple of RSRs in there, 6th, 7th and 12th, and in 16th. Lap times seem pretty close. Top half of the field are AS rated, everyone else is a BS. There's a couple of S's in there as well. Royal Warhorse in 9th, that's a driver I'm aware of. I've raced against him before. I've raced against a guy in 7th, R69. Ginger in 10th for Czech. I've raced against him many times as well. So it looks like all the regulars are coming out, and we'll be starting the first race in 3rd. It's just 3 laps here. It's almost like a sprint race at Spa, so it's crucial to get a good start and hopefully not get punted off at the last horse hairpin. I've got the McLaren livery on the RSR. I might give I have got an R8. I might give that a go. I have got an AMG, but I haven't really driven that too much, really. I think it was a car I was given in like one of the prizes you get for completing so many miles every day. But we might give it a go later on in the session. Oh, what are we all braking for? So we'll get out there, but pretty much I think we might get to Lake Com and that'll be about it. Oh, why are you going slowly, fella? You're going the wrong way, dude. Jump on board as we go through Eau Rouge and Radion. Oh, too much curb. And the slowdown zone here is usually along here. Oh, hello, mate. I'm a bit desperate to go. It's usually along here, the slowdown zone, or sort of further back along the Kemmel Straight. So the fact they've changed it to the bottom of Eau Rouge means that if you get a penalty, even a small one, half a second penalty, it's going to hurt you going up Eau Rouge because it will slow you down, and all along the back straight as well. So you get a half-second penalty here, you're going to end up thinking about losing about 2 or 3 seconds. So it's going to be absolutely crucial to not pick up a penalty here for hitting anyone or exceeding the track limits. And with being just a 3-lap race as well, you get a penalty here, it could pretty much kill your momentum for the rest of the race. So there we are in P3 behind an AMG and an R8. A couple of Porsches in the background there as well. So here we go then. It's always crucial to get a good start, increase your driver score, and I'll talk about that after this race, exactly what I mean. Oh, this is not a good place to start. Right. I hate that the AI just drags the car wide there through the chicane. Just stick to the racing line, dude. Okay, a bit deep into that sauce, but not bad. Look at that, we're already 2.5 seconds behind the top 2 because the AI gave us that retarded line through the final chicane. They're very close though. Car a little twitchy through there. They could have taken more speed. Guy in front's got a penalty. Okay, let's settle down. Let's get Lacon right. Got to be so patient with this car. Patience, patience, patience. Find the grip. There's a wild line through there. We're about a second ahead of that Atenza. Someone in the background's running wide. Knock it down to third here through Pouon. Be careful to not run wide on the exit curve, because if you do, it will pretty much take you off the track, and then you're out there into no man's land, losing time and positions. Everyone's always a little nervous first race of the week. Okay, it's not bad, increasing a little bit of a gap with that Atenza behind. I'm still 2.5 seconds behind the guy in second, but he has a penalty. So we'll see as we go into the bottom of Eau Rouge what 2.5 seconds, or what a half-second penalty will do for someone. Oh, hello. That's put me off, actually. The leader there's made a right cock-up of the bus stop chicane, and it's unfortunately set him all the way back. Nice exit out of the chicane, but that sort of put me off a little bit, and I got my braking slightly wrong. So it's P2. Right, the guy ahead's got a half-second penalty. It's 2.8 ahead as he goes through that detection point. And he's barely lost any time. Oh, Scotty B's got a penalty, and I'm going to have to defend it. He backed out of that quickly. Oh, off that curb. So I think maybe a bigger penalty will hinder people at the bottom of Eau Rouge. A half-a-second penalty, I mean, you pretty much lift off anyway going through that point. Maybe that's why you don't really lose any time with a small time penalty. So apart from Scotty B and the Atenza behind me, making my life a little bit difficult, we do seem okay and comfortable. We're clear of everyone else at least. Just can we nail down this P2? Curbs around here, very unforgiving. Purple as well, as everyone will be. Short races these, which I quite like. Oh, that's deep. Come on, control it. He's made a mistake as well. Final lap. Got to be a little careful applying full throttle coming out of that source. Running the low traction here. Traction setting number 1. Haven't got it off completely. Allows me a little bit of slip. Feel a little better through there. The guy behind of his penalty, he's now dropped off. He's not going to be a threat. He's going to be close to 2 seconds behind me, and I think he's got another penalty as well, so that's not gone well. And they're all kicking off behind me. We won't care. I think we're too far behind to really challenge the leader unless he makes a mistake. It's just all about keeping it clean for ourselves. And we'll start the day. The day's stream, the morning stream if you like, with a P2, which is nice. And I feel as more and more people come onto the game, you always get your 8 o'clock regulars. That's why so many of the names in this race at least I'll recognise, and they'll probably recognise me as well. Just get in early, get some good results. It's not cheating, it's just, I don't know, taking advantage of a system. Not long to go now. Leaders checked out. We're safe in P2. We're slightly up on our previous best. We haven't got the bus stop chicane right on either the first 2 laps. If we get it right in the 3rd and final lap, we might set the fastest lap. Might. 2 wheels on the green stuff there. A little bit of a lift off. Nice. How'd you like them apples? Right, let's get this right. Not bad. Chuck the car in. Oh, hello. Don't give me a penalty for that. That'd be terrible. We did slightly improve, but it's a P2 anyway. 3.8 off of the leader. But yeah, going from 3rd to 2nd, not too bad. The Porsches did well, 5th and 6th. They started further down as well. Quite a few people had time penalties. Well, one guy had 4 seconds. So yeah, as the first race of the day goes, I'll take a P2. I'll take a P2 in every race, to be honest. Everyone that started finished. And there's a mix of AMGs and Porsches and Supras out there. The Supra didn't do too well. So the McLaren's done well with the McLaren race suit and the Red Bull helmet. Bit weird. Game 1 position. Didn't have a clean race. Somehow we didn't hit anyone. We must have ran wide at some point. I'm not too sure. We didn't have a penalty. I know that much. So that's the first race done. Very nice indeed. Our safety rating goes back up to an S, as it would be 220.5. So it was slower than the guys in 2nd and 3rd. Scotty B had that penalty and did a 221. Everyone else was in the 220s, 21s, 22s. R69 says, well done. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, he's already left the lobby. Okay, never mind. So we'll go back. And now we'll have a look at the stats. So the way to work out basically your overall score, if you like, and how you go from being an A-rated driver to an A star, and an A star to an S is obviously if you win championships, you know, for the esports events, or getting a high enough score in the nations and the manufacturers. But if you want to know how you go from a C to a B or a B to an A, well, obviously consistently high finishes and good performances will help that. But it's also helpful to know exactly how many points you need. Now, there's a website out there called www.kudosprime.com. You go /GTS/stats, and then at the top of that page there'll be a little search bar. Basically you put in there your PSN username. Mine is Alex Lilliarts, and it goes and it brings up all the various types of information that you need: the current car you're driving in, the amount of days you spent on the game, how many races you've done, how many you've finished, how many you've won, your level of experience, how much money you've got, which most of this you can see anyway on the home screen on the game. But what it doesn't show you on the home screen, what it does on this, is your sport mode performances and your overall points. Now I'm currently an A-rated driver, and to become an A-rated driver you need to have 30,000 points or more. To become an A-star you need 50,000 points or more. So to be an A you have to be somewhere between 30 and 50,000 points. Before this race we started the day at 36,430. So let's see how much it's gone up by. 37,430. So it went up exactly 1,000 by finishing in second place. And basically what it does, it tells you sort of the general rule of thumb is in a 16 car race that a GT3 or the Group 3 race here is, if you finish 8th or above you will increase your points somewhat in the early stages. Once it gets towards the end of the week, so Saturday, Sunday, very early Monday morning, you really have to be sort of 3rd or 4th to make an increase. But in the very first few hours, even the first day, you finish in the top half, you will increase your score. The more races you do early on and the more you increase your score, the closer you'll be coming to being the next level up. It does have a downside, of course. If you finish outside or you rage quit, then you will lose a lot of points as well. So we gained exactly 1,000 to go to 37,430, so almost halfway up the A driver rating scale, which is where I sort of usually am anyway. So that's good to know anyway. Finishing second and you gain 1,000. So we'll have a look now because there's still nearly 5 minutes left to go. So we're outside the top 10 now, which is disheartening, but it doesn't really matter too much. The Hurricanes are still first and second. There's another one in fifth. We've got a Supra in there, we've got an AMG, we've got a GTR GT3, we've got one of the Vision Gran Turismo Peugeots, we've got an R8, we've got a 911 and another Huracan. So it's a mix of basically what people feel comfortable with. That's 17.2 is, I really hope that isn't someone that's like cheese the final chicane, because the last time I think Spa was a daily event or one of the weekly races, people were able to basically straight line the final chicane, and as long as they stayed off the circuit they could complete the lap without a penalty. So you'd be seeing people with like really ridiculous qualifying times. I'm not going to watch it just to see if he's done it or not, because I don't think we'll have enough time. So our score at the moment, or our lap time, our best is 2:19.7. Which is still half a second off of these guys, but you can see they're all S, A star, A and B rated drivers. So yeah, it's not too bad, I think we're pretty happy with how things have gone. Should I do another car or not? These are all the cars I've got. Some I really haven't driven, the R8 there. Some of these, basically the ones that have got like a custom livery on, I've driven, spent some time behind the wheel. The others I haven't so much. I've got an AMG that I can use. The Hurricanes I absolutely hate. We've got an R8 there we can use. We've got a Supra and the Tenza. The Ferrari I stay away from. I don't think it'll be a very strong car here as well. Either will the RS, either will the Beetle. And all of these down here I think will be pretty jank around this circuit. But we'll stick with a Porsche because we had a good first race. And we'll go back at them and do another lap anyway, just so there's some footage to look at least. I don't think, if I want to increase my lap time, I'm going to have to sort of go away and have about 10 or 15 minutes before the next race. So we'll have time to do one lap at least, but I don't think we'll be able to improve in one lap. I need about 3 or 4 laps to really get my eye in. So we started the first race in third, finished it in second by dint of the guy that was leading, making a massive balls up at the final chicane. The game reset him several seconds back, which was nice. And the guy that was challenging us for second early on picked up a penalty and dropped back. So 2:19.776. Let's have a look at the top 10 stars. Yeah, his lap time's increasing all the time. He's gone quicker. He's a 2:17.1 now. So hopefully he's not in my lobby at least. All these guys in the 18s and 19s. So then, we'll do another lap. We'll get time for one. That will improve, but I'll give it a go. Ah, probably going to get a penalty for that. All right, we can carry on. Don't know if it's worth keeping in third gear down to here. We did just bounce off the limit there just a little bit towards the end. Something I'll have to experiment on. This doesn't feel too bad of a lap at the moment. And Alexander, yeah, same name as me. Saying gamepad, yep, I am on a controller. At some point in the not too distant future, I'm going to just get myself set up with a wheel, pedals, wig, that sort of thing. The clicking that you might be able to hear, especially when I'm changing gears, obviously I'm use manual gearing. I hate automatic. And I've set my pad up in a way that traditionally a lot of people using a pad in racing games will use L2 and R2 to brake and accelerate. I don't. I use the right analog stick to accelerate and brake. And basically the triggers, if you like, L2 and R2 are basically my gears. So it gives me the sensation, as weird as it feels on a pad and not a wheel, as we completely balls up the final chicane. It gives me a sense of having like a flappy paddle gearbox. It's weird. It's weird to describe it. When I explain it to people, I usually get called rude names. But there's a few people out there I know that do have a similar sort of setup. So for example, they're third, fourth, fifth, fourth, third, second. It's something I've been doing for the best part of 20 years now in racing games. Like, I've been playing F1 games since like 95, and when the manual stuff came in, it was at the turn of the century. So best part of 20 years I've been using a pad, and I sort of use it to go up and down the gearbox, and it just feels natural to me. And I feel as well that I do have quite a lot of control with the analog stick compared to others that obviously rely on L2 and R2. So yeah, it is a gamepad. Looking to get a wheel at some point, probably when I move out my little flat and get somewhere a bit bigger, so I've actually got the space to do it. But yeah, it's a manual gearbox, and the triggers help me to change up and down. So race number 2, we're starting in 5th, so we're slowly starting to fall down the order as more and more quicker guys come on, which is completely going to happen anyway. As long as we can consistently start inside the top 10 for the next couple of hours, I think I'll be happy with it. There's a few people have haven't put lap times in, and there's a mix of stuff as well. Cars out there, there's a few RSRs, the Hurricanes are coming in, the R8s as well. So hopefully it'll be another good race, another clean race. And all we got to do is just keep going with the nice good finishes. Go away. Get out my slipstream. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth keeping in third gear going through there, because we lose a little bit towards the end. At the very top of the rev range, we lose a little bit of speed, and then we're bouncing off it. So I don't know if it's worth keeping it in third, or maybe going up into fourth. I don't know. Here we go then. Race number 2 of I'd say at least 6, maybe 7, depends how well we do. Hopefully we're going to get punted off at the first corner. Okay, here we go. I think starting in 5th, it's going to start us in the first half of the bus stop chicane, which is fine because I can straighten up the car for a good exit. Oh, look how wide the AI takes ya. It's fucking annoying. Okay, here we go. Oh, the oversteer. God, the understeer through there following this AMG. Go on, give us a nice tow along Blanchimont. Be able to pull away from the car behind as well. Oh, that dude's ball stuck the bus stop. It was the race leader, I think, as well, possibly. That's P4, gifted to us. We're up the arse of P3 as well. AMG is so good at the corners. As long as you stay in the slipstream, we've got half a chance. Oh, really aggressive through there. Gaining, gaining, gaining. Oh, as late as you like. Messy, but we got it done. Let's try and put away if we can. Ah, I'm going to run wide here. Ah, no, 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 don't spin it. Got dirty tyres. Oh, I'm right in the pack here. Look at this. 5 cars in the line. Up the inside, give us the space. We get it done. This bloke's got a half-second penalty. It's the final lap. It's all kicking off here. I'm going to have to absolutely defend this inside. Oh, don't. Come on. Credit where credit's due. We kept it all as clean as you can. We're back into P3. I was a little bit cautious through there because of what happened the previous lap. This guy is catching and he's going to be frighteningly quick in a straight line as well. But he's just gone in too deep there. Okay, these two corners have got to be the best of my life. Have my dirty air. It's helped. He's going to gain all the time down Blanche and whatnot. I might have to defend going into the bus stop here to keep hold of this podium. Absolutely going to have to defend. He's going to send it. And nice and slow. Block off the cutback. And it's a P3. Happy days. And we set our best lap on the last lap as well. So 5th to 3rd. Not bad. We kept it all clean there, going into the start of the final lap. And all the way up to Lacombe as well. So yeah, credit where credit's due. They've all done a good job there of not hitting each other off. So that's the 2nd and a 3rd so far. Not a bad start to the stream. So some more prize money and experience, which really doesn't bother me too much. A 20.3 was our best, which was actually slightly quicker than the guy in 2nd. Everyone else is in the 21s, 22s, and 19 down here, but he was down in 9th. One guy failed to finish. Yeah, so yeah, not a bad second race there. It's pretty good. So again, we'll go away and have a look at our sport performance. So 37,430. It should be in the 38s. It is 38,217. So it went up 1,000 by finishing in 2nd. It's gone up about 800 for finishing 3rd. So that's quite nice. So we'll get back out there again. We'll have a look then. Yeah, I'm the only one of my friends list that's actually done a lap time. 2:19.7. These guys are now in the 18s. The Hurricanes, there is a 911, so the Porsche is still being represented. GTRs, AMG, isn't it? Yes, that's a surprise. I didn't expect to see a 458 in there. I really didn't expect to see a Ferrari in the top 10. So he's obviously got that nailed down. This guy's gone quicker and quicker. He's a 2:16 now. I really don't want to be in his lobby. So Hurricane seems like the good choice to have, but it's good when there's a spread of cars. Usually when you go onto here and you'll see, let's say after about 3 or 4 hours, that the top 10 are all in the same car, it makes your choice of going for that car pretty easy because you know it's going to be the best car suited to that circuit. But when it's like this, when you've got, what is there, we've got the Hurricanes, a VGT, a GTR, a 911, a 458 and an AMG. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different makes inside the top 10. That's good because it gives everyone the opportunity to use the car that they're more comfortable with. I'm going to stick with the RSR. We're going to enter this next race and then we'll go to practice, and I'll take a quick break. I'll be back with you guys in about a minute. So we go. We'll get 2 laps this time. See if we can improve our lap again. I think the ultimate lap, if we absolutely nail it, I think we can get a low 19. But I'm under no illusions that 19.776 was a very good lap. We'll push on, every 10th matters. That was nice through there. And I've blown it. Well, at least we'll have time to do another lap. And we'll have our delta as well. It's a shame that we don't get the delta time for our best lap on our first run. We sort of have to do a lap and then it brings up the delta for that lap. Because the delta always helps in, I think, for everyone, not just me, but for everyone, in knowing where you've gone well, where you haven't gone well, where you can find more time. But I like to think, even though I'm on the pad and not the wheel yet, I still think I am quite a smooth driver. And if anyone's wondering why sometimes I know I'm out on track by myself, but sometimes I look behind, it's force of habit. I think we all do it. It's like in first-person shooter games, you fire one bullet and reload. It's a force of habit. You just do it. Certainly in the braking zones and along the straights, you just get used to checking what's behind you. So at the bus stop. Up through the gears, over the line. That was a 22.2. So pretty crap. Well, let's see if we can do Uruge and Radion as well as we did in the first lap, because that was pretty nailed on that. Bouncing across the curbs that time. Found a little bit more speed, but I think it's going to give me a time penalty. Right, well, okay. And we lost all our time here, I think. Slid the car through there, which is what's forced me wide. So we're nearly 2 seconds up. Got to find 2.5 to beat our 19.7. Slow into there though. Oh. Finding time. If we nail the bus stop, we might find them missing 2 or 3 temps. Finding more time. Yeah, we have. We found more time. Look at that. This is going to be an improvement. It's 2:19.465. So we found another 3 temps. That might help our qualifying position a little bit. Nice. Very nice. It's got to be nowhere near the top 10. They're all in the 2:18s and comfortably so. But I think the longest I spent in the top 10 was, I think, about 2 months ago when we had the Super Formula cars at Autopolis in Japan, and I think I spent an hour and a half inside the top 10. No, sorry, it wasn't Autopolis, it was Catalonia, the Barcelona circuit, where I spent, I think, an hour and a half inside the top 10. That's pretty much the longest I've been in there. Every other time it's 10, 15 minutes, something like that. So on the grid was 6th. That lap time certainly did help. We would have been in 8th, so we gained 2 positions. As you can see there, more and more quicker guys are coming on. 458 Italia on pole. I wouldn't have expected that. But Porsche's represented nicely by another guy in 9th. So we're starting in 6th. There's a few Brits in here, only 15 drivers. Got Boo Boo Racing in 4th. There's a whole mix of cars in here. There's a 458 Italia on pole, a Huracan, an R8, a McLaren, a GTR, a Porsche, a Merc, another Merc, a Porsche, a Mustang, a Vision Gran Turismo car, another R8, 2 AMGs, a Huracan as well. So it's a proper good field spread, which is what I like. I mean, there's some daily races or weekly races, if you like, where everyone pretty much ends up in the same car. For example, last week we did the Daily Race B, and the RCZ Group 4, the Peugeot RCZ, was obviously the car of choice. And I did a race early, I think it was about 6 o'clock in the morning, just to get me eyeing back on the game before this stream. And I was in a lobby with 16 other cars, 15 including myself had the RCZ. The guy that didn't have it started and finished last. So, but in this one it seems maybe the Huracan will be the car of choice, but for now, certainly this early, with the weekly races, it's not even been an hour so far, this is only the 3rd race. It's a good field spread, different cars out there, which is nice. Ah, it's a quick drink. Starting in P6. What's the target? Well, we started 5th in the last race and finished 3rd. Started 3rd in the first and finished 2nd, so we've always gone forward from our grid spot. Let's hope we can keep those performances going. And here we go then for race 3. Bit of a weird line through there, but the GTR's made a mistake ahead of me. Gaining, but we're not going to be close enough. Flashy headlights a few times, but I don't think it'll put them off. Heavy braking until ACOM. Which GTR does not look stable. It looks passable. Oh, and he's broke so early there. I will say sorry. Hopefully he doesn't have me off. He's made a mistake himself. He broke so early. That's. Yeah, I'm not going to say it's completely his fault or completely my fault, but certainly some of the blame should be put on him. Oh, catch the car. These guys in 3rd and 4th are fighting really hard. One of them's going to lose out here through here. And the Lambo slides his way up into P3. The McLaren's coming back, and the McLaren will have the edge in the straight line. So whilst these two are fighting, we've gained. So potential top 3's on here. And the understeer absolutely kills it through there. GTR didn't fare too much better either. Oh, the dirty cutback. And the Lambo's being punted by the McLaren. And picks up a 2nd penalty for it. We'll get in his slipstream. Because he's about to serve that penalty. And through we go. And that GTR might compound his misery as well, but he's going to compound mine, I think. Oh, this McLaren, mate. Turning into Dodgem cars out here. Top 2 have disappeared, so it's all about 3rd now. Oh, whoa, where's he going? McLaren's disappeared as well, so he's had a moment somewhere. I'm going to have to defend this now. These two look very racy behind me. Those guys keep fighting. It might just save me here. Need a good run here for Eau Rouge and Radion. Wasn't great. This dude's going to be up my ass. Oh, we've left the braking too late. Sorry, dude. Damn it. Just throwing away third. I'm not going to get that back. Oh, it's so frustrating. Just outbrake myself. Simple as that. All I can do now is hope and pray for a mistake from one of these two ahead of me to gain an extra position. I mean, all in all, we started 6th and on course at the moment to finish 5th, but it really could have been a 3rd. Another 3rd. Wow, I've just noticed some guy behind me there's just absolutely straight line the final chicane. It's a P5. Poor best lap as well, 2:22. It should have been a 3rd. Yeah, okay. You know, not every race. I mean, we improved my qualifying position, which is always good. And it is an increase again on our driver score. But we threw away 3rd there by outbraking ourselves into the Lake on chicane. I got called out there for being a bit dirty. So I apologised and said, yeah, sorry. Yeah, it was a bit of a scrappy race. Hopefully he says that, yeah, no problem, there we go. Yeah, so that's fine. You usually find that, you know, people call you out and you turn around and say, yeah, it was sort of my bad a little bit there. They'll usually apologise in kind and say how it is. I mean, at the end of the day, he finished in front of me anyway, so it's not, he won't be that aggrieved, I should say. So we've done 3 races now with the McLaren livery and the RSR. I'm going to stay with the RSR. I feel very comfortable around Spa in this car. All that rhymed, didn't it? RSR, Spa, car. So this is we've done the daily race. daily race, sorry. We've done the daily mileage challenge, do 25 miles, which clearly we've already well done. So we'll go back to the garage now. We'll put on a new livery for our Porsche, or Porsche, however you want to pronounce it. And that's 3 races down. The first race we started 3rd, finished 2nd. The second race we started 5th, finished 3rd. And the third race just now we started 6th. We was good for 3rd, but made a mistake at Lacombe, finished in 5th. So what other liveries can I choose? I've got a Rocket Williams livery here, which I haven't used yet. I've got sort of a hybrid Red Bull. Got the AlphaTauri. I've got the McLaren. I've got the Golf, Porsche Golf livery. Anyone that's familiar with the Porsche will be familiar with the Golf. And there's a rotation on the Golf livery as well. So we can do the blue with the orange flashes. We can do orange with the blue flashes. And there's also the old school Red Bull livery as well. Or we've got the original one that everyone is familiar with. If you watch endurance racing, you'll notice that one. I think we'll go with the reversed Golf livery, or should we go with the original one? I don't know. I think we'll go with the original one. The RSR Golf, because that's the reverse Golf. So we'll go old school. We'll go classic Porsche Golf livery. So that's on the car now. Let's review the car, see how it looks anyway, with little slow-mo drive-bys. Information there as well about the Carrera RSR down the bottom. It's a nice car, and it's sort of the Le Mans livery as well, with its yellow headlights rather than its white that I usually have. So we've got a couple of minutes anyway until the next race. It does look like a nice car, doesn't it? I'd love to drive one of these in real life. I've driven a Cayman. I've driven a Porsche Cayman, which are usually the Group 4 cars. And yeah, they are really fun to drive, and the engine noise as well, and the exhaust note, it's something else because of the way that the car is and the way that the engine is as well. But I'd love to give a proper GT3 Porsche a good go one day. So we're back out of all this. We'll go back into sport, and we'll go again for our 4th race. We're definitely going to do at least 6, hopefully, unless I get completely bored. 2:19.4 is the best. The 18.4 is the 10th fastest, and that's 10th in the whole of Europe. So to be a second off that is pretty good. You can see that the Huracan is now starting to take shape as being the preferred choice, but everyone in here is all A-Star AS drivers, so I'm not surprised by that at all. Who's the Turkish driver, the SS in the GTR? But you can again see the Huracan. We've got a 911 up there. We've got the 458 Italia, which was on pole for the last race I've just done. We've got a couple of Supras, the Vision Gran Turismo Peugeot, and another GTR GT3 in there as well. So still a fairly decent spread of different cars. So we'll go to the qualifying time trial, and I'll take a very quick toilet break, should I say, and I'll be back with you guys for the start of the 4th race. Just might as well have a little go with the RSR in its Porsche livery. Won't have time to do a lap. Or to jump on board, or inboard, or in car, however you want to pronounce it. And for the eagle-eyed viewers out there, you will notice that the tyre squeal noise has been turned down in the settings, and the transmission and the whine and everything else has been turned up for a bit more realism. I think going around, if you were racing in real life, I've done races in real life, but at club level around various English circuits, Linden Hill, Brands Hatch, Donington, Silverstone, I've been to a couple of times. You don't really get a lot of tyre squeal. It's not a real thing. You're sort of immersed with the noise and the mechanics of what the car's making, or the clunking and the banging around. To actually go into corners and hear the tyres squeal as they do, that's sort of for smaller cars really. Maybe your VW Lupos, your Peugeot 206s, stuff like that, when you're hammering it into the corners a bit too much. But for cars like this, really, you don't really get that sort of tyre squeal noise. It's more to do with the actual noise the car makes itself. I do love Spa. I think anyone out there that's a true racer or a true petrol head, or someone that does like seeing cars go fast and changing directions quickly, I don't think there's anyone out there really that can turn around and call Spa a shit circuit. It's on my bucket list to go here for a Grand Prix weekend, as many Brits do. Spa is one of the most popular for the British fans because of where it's located. Good food, good beer, good atmosphere, changeable weathers, good races. Can we take this flat? We'll probably pick up a penalty for that. Well, we won't know, because now we're going to the lobby. So where we're going to be, we're slowly slipping down the order as more and more quicker guys come on. But if we remain inside the top 10, I'll be happy. 7, that's not bad. That's not bad. The 458 Italia that was on pole in the previous race is now bumped down to 3rd. What else we got over there? It's pretty much an A or an A-star lobby now. So the competition is going to be a little more sweaty. And so far, in the 3 races we've done, we've increased or improved our qualifying position. First race was 3rd, finished 2nd. Second race we started 5th, finished 3rd. And in the 3rd race we started 6th and finished 5th, when it should have been 3rd. But I made a mistake at Les Combes on the final lap and dropped back 2 positions. So we're starting 7th now. This is the lowest we've started in the 4 races so far. Hopefully we can keep the good times going. As for our driver performance rating and our overall score, we started the day at 36,785, went up to 38,683, so almost 2,000, and we're very close now. Probably another 2 or 3 good races. Sardeni, nice to see you again. He was in. I had a bit of contact with him in the previous race. Good luck. Have a good race. There we go. Yes. So behind the message, the previous race, had a little bit of contact with him. I'm sure he's going to be in a GTR. He is in the GTR. We had a little bit of contact with him. Nothing like major. Just a bit of door to door. He finished above me in 5th. I was 6th. He sent me a message in the chat there on the left and said, "A bit dirty, mate." And I said, "Yeah, my bad. I apologise for that." And he was like, "Yeah, okay, cool, no worries." So that's probably why he said, "Nice to see you again." So hopefully we can have a cleaner race this time. But it's all about trying to improve your qualifying position, should I say, which is 7th for us. With the 16 drivers, you have to finish in the top 8, really. Even though it's early in the week, you can probably get away with finishing 9th and 10th and making a slight increase on your driver rating. And if you're unsure what that is, I'll talk about it again after the race and why it is kind of important. So here we go then. Starting in P7 for race 4. Two targets. Keep it clean. Finish higher than 7th. At the bus stop chicane, over the line, and another 3 laps at Spa is underway. Not a good line there through La Source. And guy ahead has a penalty. I don't know if he'll serve it now or next time by. Next time by. Down to 4th, hammer the throttle, heavy steering to the right. But Eau Rouge, and then on the exit of Radion, I've got a what's that? It's a Mustang behind me on my slipstream. Broke a bit too early there. Late on the brakes there. Guy on 4th has a 2.5 penalty for various misdemeanors and immediately rage quit, so that's a position gained. I'll take it. Guys in 5th and 4th are now scrapping pretty closely. Such a crucial corner pull on to get right. You run wide through there, you'll be over the exit curbs and off the circuit. Oh, we almost are as well with the understeer. Got to find a rhythm here because I'm sort of all over the track. Okay. Fine margins are needed. Fine margins. GTR's quicker than me in a straight line, as is the Mustang, but it's lost time. No, don't spin it. Calm down. Okay, got to keep in the slipstream of that GTR. Someone behind has a penalty. It's not the Mustang, I was hoping it was. I need this GTR slipstream, mate. I need it to pull me along the straight. That was a wild line through there. We've lost time. Okay, let's focus. Everyone seems on a similar pace. I think that Mustang is slightly quicker than me. These two in front of me are slowly disappearing. Oh, I've gone well too deep. I'm gonna send it, dude. Oh, mate, I'm there. And you've just given the AMG a fucking present, haven't you? Don't try it. Yeah, that's going to give me a time penalty, isn't it? Oh, I knew you'd do that, you dirty bastard. They're going to have each other off, aren't they? Yeah. Okay, right, well, it's going to be a P7 for us then. Well, the target is always to not lose positions from our starting place, and we started in 7th. Just for that race, I just never felt comfortable with the car. I don't know why. This is the 4th race, so I know this car. I know this car very well. I've done over 5,000 miles in this car. And already 3 races around Spa where we did quite well. But for this race, I just didn't feel completely hooked up. I don't know if the top 5 was on. 6 was definitely on. But those two being idiots and taking each other out, it's gifted me a P7 at least. And the guy in 5th has gone into the pits. I don't know what that's about. And across the line, and it is 7th place. Well, it could have been worse. There was a possibility there that I was going to finish in 9th until those guys down there, the Mustang and the GTI, decided to get a bit involved. Quite a few penalties served at the end of the race. In fact, there the Huracan lost the win because of it. But other than that, it changes nothing for us. We started in 7th and finished in 7th. So yeah, overall it's yeah, it's okay. It's average. It's average at best. So we'll go back to the we'll skip through this little bit here because I don't really care about it. We'll see the messages that probably come in on the left hand side. I might get called out for something, I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a few people down there that are going to call each other out. So Jesse is calling Max Zero a loser. That's about it really. No one else is really saying too much. 220.592 was my best, which is certainly nowhere near the best I can do. I can get into the 219s, which everyone up here did, and in fact a couple of people did the 219s, so we were sort of the best of the rest there. So we'll exit that anyway, and now we'll have a look at our driver points. So if you go to a website called www.kudosprime, KUDOSPRIME, and then go .com/GTS/stats. At the top of the page, once you get there, you can put in your PSN username. Alex Lilliard is mine, so in it goes, and it brings up all various information about your profile. Most you can see up here at the top, the money you're on, the car you're currently driving, your mileage points and your rating and everything like that, but it gives you other information as well, specifically your sport mode performances in points. Now, I'm currently an A-rated driver, and to be an A-rated driver, you need to accumulate between 30,000 and 49,999 points. If you hit 50,000, you become an A-star driver. So you can check that basically on the performances that you do in every race. Now, we started this morning, and we're now 4 races down, at 36,785. We was at 38,683 before this race, so I'll quickly refresh the page, and we are now sitting at 38,952. So even starting and finishing in 7th place with a little bit of contact with a few other drivers, you still gained an extra 300 points. So we're very, very close now to 39,000. It'd be nice to hit 40,000 before the end of the day. The reason why I check on this is just make sure that I'm not hemorrhaging points in some races. There will be some races out there where you know, you'll finish 3rd or 4th and you'll still lose driver points compared to the other people around you, because they might have had better races than you. They might gain more positions. You might have picked up a time penalty here and there. So far we've been clean in the 4 races we've done, and it's a good indication as well to see where you're going right, going wrong. Now, general rule of thumb is certainly in the first couple of days that the weekly events refresh at 8 o'clock Monday morning UK time. Pretty much finishing in the top half of the field will get you some good points. I mean, we finished 7th and gained 300 there. Later on in the week, when it gets to Saturday, Sunday and very early Monday morning, you sort of have to finish 2nd, 3rd or 4th to get any noticeable gains on your points, which is why I do these streams pretty much at 8 o'clock on a Monday morning for a couple of hours, because it gives us the best opportunity to increase our driver rating. Other live streams from me, whether it be the Nations Cup and or the Manufacturer Series on a Saturday for GTSport. On a Friday, there's One Hub League Racing on F1 2019, and other than that, it pretty much stays as it is at the moment. It's difficult for me to do stuff during the week because I'm currently on a night pattern, so it's 9:25 PM to me as I'm going to bed in a couple of hours, because I work nights Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. So from pretty much midday today onwards until about 4 or 5 o'clock Friday afternoon, evening, all I do is work or sleep. So that's why the live streams for GTSport happen on a Saturday when I'm off, and Monday morning as well, as I transition onto a night pattern. For example, I've been up since 11 o'clock Sunday evening, so I've already been up best part of 10.5 hours. Hopefully the tiredness doesn't hurt my performances. So far it's going okay. I'm pretty happy with how things have gone. We are slowly starting to fall down the order a little bit as more and more of the naturally quicker guys come on. I'm usually around 2.5 to 3 seconds off the ultimate pace, certainly in a lap that's over 2 minutes long. I don't think we'll be increasing our to 19.465 anytime soon. And I think by the time we get to 8 o'clock Monday morning next week, the quickest guys will be in the 2:15s, maybe low 2:16s. But it's all about, if you're going to increase your sportsmanship rating and your driver rating and the points towards your driver rating, the best time to do it is in the first 2 or 3 hours that these new events go live, because not everyone's awake, not everyone's on the game. Some people obviously still sleeping, some people obviously working. But for me and my life, I should say, where I'm asleep during the day and awake at night, early morning is a good time for me to jump on and increase my overall rating somewhat, and we have done so. Already over 2,000 up in the first 4 races. This is such a fantastic circuit. If you hook up a lap right, you do feel like you've done a good job. I mean, there's some tracks up there, you hook up a good lap and you're like, yeah, but I wasn't really tested. Around here you are, every corner, every braking zone, every accelerating zone, every turn of the wheel that you do, you do have to be so careful, so precise to get that good lap time. And I'm pretty happy with that 2:19.4. If you'd offered me a 2:20.4 this morning, I think I would have had your arm off. Still a couple of corners that are challenging for me. Lacom is one of them. So we'll get another lap in, I think, just about. Slightly different line there for last source, hasn't really helped. We're 3/10 down. Just got to absolutely nail Rouge and Radley on here. That's one way of doing it. Yeah, we're increasing our lap time, but I'm pretty sure we're going to get a time penalty for it. Yeah, there we go. So we won't be improving our lap time this time. But 2:19.4 is pretty good for me. I'm on a pad, not a wheel. The clicky noises that you hear will be me upshifting and downshifting. I use quite a few people out there use a pad to race on. I am planning on getting, you know, pedals, wheels, stand, all that sort of jazz in the near future when I move out. I'm currently in a small flat, doesn't really have the room for a rig setup, but hopefully before the end of the year I'll be in a different place, a bigger place where I can have sort of my own man cave. But for now a pad will do, a pad will suffice. And the clicking that you hear when I'm changing gears is I use the L2 to change down and the R2 to change up. To accelerate and brake, you might be asking, I use the right hand analog stick and the left hand analog stick obviously to steer. It's an unusual concept, it's an unusual way of doing things. I've been running with this sort of pad setup for a manual gearbox in racing games for the best part of 20 years. There are a few people out there that have admitted to me that they use a similar or very similar sort of setup. But to some people it is quite alien that I use basically the triggers on the back of the controller to shift up and down. And the reason why I do it, it makes me it gives me that flappy paddle gearbox sensation. If you think, you know, in most race cars and in quite a few road cars these days, to change gear you obviously use the paddles behind the steering wheel to change up and down, and that's a similar sort of thing that I've got here with the pads. So for example, changing up, changing down, and as we go to the lobby, and for me it just sort of, it makes it a little bit more realistic, not so much, but to me it does help somewhat. I know a lot of people out there use like the X and square buttons to change up and change down, and to me that's weird, that your hands are too busy there. But yeah, for me I use L2 to change down and R2 to change up, and it seems to work for me. It's a system I've been doing for 20 years and I'm not planning on changing anytime soon. So we're into the 5th race, and we're in a host of very quick drivers by the looks of it. Starting 7th again, we've got 3 Hurricanes, a couple of R8s and an AMG ahead of us. We are the only, no we're not the only RSR. We've got a guy back in 13th and 16th that's yet to set a lap time. And we are 1.3, just over 1.3 seconds off of the ultimate pace. So it's going to be a similar race that we've seen already this morning, where it's going to be a little bit sweaty. And basically one big mistake will see us tumble down the order. So it's important obviously to try and keep it as clean as possible. Just a few seconds left until the warm-up ends. Sometimes I go out, sometimes I don't. And yeah, so my Spanish friend that was here for race number 3 and 4, he's not here anymore. It's another Brit. These names for drivers in here, someone's left the lobby. So there's only 15. So here we go then for round 5. Not too bothered about comments or likes on the streams. This is a pretty new YouTube channel. I've got another YouTube channel, but it's pretty much dormant. I don't do anything on it. But if you like what you see anyway, and there'll be more of this, you know, coming up in the future, then, you know, do subscribe to the channel anyway. I'm not bothered if you do or don't. I'm not in it for money, anything like that. It's just nice, you know, every time someone does subscribe or puts a like up, at least then, you know, they're telling me that what I'm doing is good and it's entertaining, and that's all I want to do, try and entertain as best as I can, because I'm not the quickest driver out there, but I like to certainly have fun, and the way these races have been going so far today, we've been having a lot of fun and getting some good results. Here we go then. Starting race in P7, I've got a Merc behind me in 8. Please don't dive bomb me at the first corner. Right, game face on. Well, I'd appreciate if you didn't turn in on me, mate. Sorry. We haven't done a race yet where we finished lower than our starting position, so we need to claim back that P7 if we can. The understeer food pull-on is not helping me. Okay, let's get in this Merc slipstream at least. Might be in a position to try and move into the bus stop. Late as you like on the brakes. Oh, back end. Had that move done, just a bit too eager on the throttle. Dive bomb. Oh, we've got in 6s at the moment as well. Merc's backed out because he knows he's going to get a good run up the hill here. He's going to be past even before the braking zone, but I've got to be wary of that other Merc behind. An AMG sandwich at the moment. I don't like it. That was a good exit through there. Right in the slipstream, he's already moving around. He knows he's in danger here. Into the bus stop. And defend the inside. Smart driving. Come on, traction. Ah. Dude behind just pushing me up the hill. This is going to get interesting. Wow. Wow. You fucking monkey. Of course I'm the one that shits out from all that. So this is now a recovery drive somewhat with dirt on my tyres. Did I do anything wrong there? Well, this is going to be our first bad race. No way we're going to recover like 5 positions here. Don't squeeze. That is disappointing, that. I don't think I did anything wrong there, Interlacom. Oi, 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 oi. Yeah, not good, not good. Yeah, it was tight going into Lacom, but everyone was defending the inside, so I went to how. See, this game sometimes is broken. Okay, that's the first time this morning, and that was the 5th race I've done where I've got a star for having a clean race, and this was probably the dirtiest race that I've been a part of since the start of this stream. So I'm, you know, I'm a bit unsure about that. I'm not going to send a message to anyone because I don't know who it was that decided to smack me up the arse. But either way, it was disappointing. That's our first bad result. We'll have a look at Kudos Prime anyway to see just how bad it was. So it was 38,952. And it has gone down to 38,506. So we've lost 450 in that. We're still having a good day. We started it at 36,785. So a decent result in the next race will put us up to over 2,000 points gained. But yeah, that's disappointing. That he's hanging around the lobby. Is he expecting a message from me? Maybe it was him that hit me off. I don't know. But we'll leave the lobby anyway. I'm going to take a very quick toilet break, and I'll be back for yet another race around Spa. So before we go out, might as well have a look at the friend rankings anyway, or the top 10 stars. So a 19.465, which I set about an hour ago now. And you can see these guys 16s, 17s and in the 18s. The Hurricanes now have a top 5, although to be honest I haven't really seen that much in the race. I've seen a couple, not that many. There's another one in 7th and another one in 9th, so it's looking like slowly that the Hurricane is going to be the car to choose. I absolutely hate the Hurricane. Quite a few people do, but I'm not too disappointed because look at the top 5. They're all A-star and S-rated drivers. So this guy's to become an S-rated driver, I believe it might have changed, but I think in the manufacturer series you have to finish in the top 20 of your manufacturer in your region. So this will be Europe, or in the Nations Cup you have to finish in the top, I think it's possibly top 50, 40, something like that, and then you can become an S-rated driver. You can't do it on racing alone. It's all about where you finish at the end of the actual GTSport event. To be an A-star driver, obviously you can become an A-star driver. We are about 11,000 points away from becoming an A-star driver. I think, a comfortable A-rated driver. If I was in a BS-rated lobby and I was a BS driver, which doesn't stand for bullshit, basically it just means it is BS, I'd probably be looking at a podium in every race. In fact, I've done that before. When I've been a B-rated driver, I have been looking pretty much at being on the podium or winning the race all the time. But as an AS-rated driver, we are sort of up against it a little bit. But I am an AS-rated driver, which is not bad considering that this is an old man on a pad compared to some of the younger guys getting all sweaty on a wheel. We'll do a lap in the cockpit. Why not? So along the Kemmel straight now. Braking heavily down at the second for Lecom. The right, left, right. And try and stay off them curves as much as he can. Can run the car a little wide there, plenty of curb. Now down to turn 6, the corner with no name. Late apex. Late on the throttle as well. All the way up to the high range in second. And then flip the car into a left-hander. Up through the gears. Into fourth. Down into third for Pouon, a double left-hander. Don't take too much curb on the inside if you can help it, because it will spit you out on the exit. And if you run over them curbs, you'll be off the circuit. Now up to the right, left of Malmedy. Third gear, and then down into second on apex. Second part is slower than the first. Drag the car a little wide. Now a double right-hander. You can run the car a little wide here, but not as wide as that. Now through curve of Port Frere. Little lift off of the throttle. Lose a little bit of curb on exit onto Blanchimont, but be careful not to run over that curb too much, because the car will bottom out. And now a double left-hander kink through Blanchimont, building the speed all the time. Put two wheels onto the green stuff, little lift off. And use the curb on the exit as well. Underneath the sign, 150. Brake heavily all the way down to first for the bus stop chicane, which is being remodified many times. Straighten up the car and exit. Up through the gears. That's a lap of Spa. Great circuit, really is a good circuit. Proper driver circuit this. You're good here, you're good most places. No, been having fun in the Porsche. It's not the ideal car, clearly the Huracan is the best car around here. But everyone has their own driving styles. And I feel comfortable in this Porsche. The fact I've done 5,200 miles in this, which is a lot more than any other car by far. So we now prepare to match for our 6th race. This might be the last one. I might do another one. Depends how I feel. We're starting in 8th, so we're slowly moving down the order. Ahead of us we've got an RSR. We've got 2 R8s, Audi R8s. We've got 3 Supras and the Huracan in second. Behind us we've got a mix of everything else really. AMG, there's an M6, there's another RSR. It's a GT by Citroën race car, which I don't think will be very strong around here. We'll have to wait and see. But it's a competitive lobby. A drivers, a couple of A stars in there. There's an S guy back in 14th that's yet to set a lap time. So again, it's going to be a little sweaty. But we've done 5 races so far. The first 4, okay by my standards. I'm happy with the performance. The 5th one, not too good. Got punted off there halfway around, well, up to Lecom and lap 2. Again, I'm not 100% sure if it was my fault or not. I think it was the guy behind me was just a bit over eager. Hit us off. We lost a lot of time. And dropped back from, I think, 5th or 6th to something like 11th, I think it was, we finished. So we've had 4 good races. I'll say good races anyway, and 1 pretty poor one. Depending on how this one goes, if this is a good race for us, I'll do another one. If it's a poor race, I'll probably call it quits at the end of this. Either way, it would have been another good 2-hour plus live stream on a Monday morning. Best time to get on if you want to increase your rating, increase your score, get some high finishes. You want to get on the game and do these races. I must say, pal, getting back in front of me, going into the braking zone for Lecom is a bit of a risky move, mate. Do that in the race and I'll have you off. So starting in 8th, top half still, which is good. And our target, of course, is to not finish behind our starting position. In the 5 races we've done, we've gone forward in 4 of them. We would have gone forward in the 5th one as well if we didn't get hit off at Lecom. Quick drink. Here we go. Got a feeling this will be a difficult one. Right, Lambo's just spun. It's the easiest position I think I'll have in this race. Absolutely fly through Eau Rouge and Radion. Audi behind is giving me a bit of ag early on. Slid my way into Pouron there. It's close behind me. I'm a bit deep there. Decent exit out onto Blanchimont. This guy is well in my slipstream. If I get a penalty for that, that's bullshit. No, what we've done instead is completely gone off the circuit. Oh. No, this is not going well, is it? That was my fault, the crash of the Audi. I'm starting to get some sloppy driving in here, I don't need this. Yeah, I could have seen that was going to happen. Well, this is going well. Really, mate? Really, mate? Aye, fuck off, yeah? Okay, well, this is going to be the last race. As I said before it, if we have a good result, I'll do one more. If you have a bad result, we end it after this. 14th, we're running in 14th. 2:29 is my best. Well, I'm going to need a lot of luck now to get any sort of respectable position. And this is absolutely going to hemorrhage my driver ratings. Certainly will have a bad line through there. And we're down to 15th. Wow, there's only one guy behind us and he's a long way back. What an absolute fucking shit show. Shame it ends like this. The first 4 races we did were pretty good, but the last race was bad with the contact getting rammed up the arse, and this one as well. It's just a lot of bullshit's been happening in this one. Bring it home anyway for a pretty, well, fucking horrendous P15 really. Well, people have had a moment. We'll gain a couple of positions. It'll be 13th, I think. That guy's got a penalty. Yeah, it's 13th. Still not good. Not a good way to end the stream in a minute. I definitely think that we was well on there for a top 7 or top 8. But people just don't give you the room, you know, and they know with the penalty system in this, you know, if you're on the outside going into or coming out of a corner and the guy on the inside that has the preferred line just leans on you, pushes you in the gravel, you're going to lose loads of time and they won't pick up a penalty or pick up any sort of hindrance to their race, if you like. And it's a bit of a dumb one really. It's so difficult to try and have moves. I mean, I was on the outside of that guy, the Supra that was well, one finished 5th and 7th, so that would have been them ones. And so yeah, you know, I'm fighting the guy in 7th, and he just decides to just lean on me, push me out wide, and that costs me all them positions. And it's shit really. A 2:20.3 was our best, and we were quicker. You know, I mean, this guy here was 2:17, but it's 2:21. There's a 2:20. There's a 2:21. You know, there's a 2:20 up here in 3rd. So he really, yeah, not the best way to end it anyway. But we'll have a look at our Kudos Prime score. So we started the day with 36,785. We end it on 37,879. We took about a 700 point loss just for that race right there, which is really, really disappointing. The Group 4 races are, I mean, that's 15 minutes, that's 25 minutes away, so I'm not going to be attempting them. So a 2:19.465 is what we end basically the week on. I won't be doing these events again. All these guys here, as you can see, a lot of Hurricanes up there right now. It's disappointing. We was nearly 2,000 points up on what we were before, and we've ended, I think by the looks of it, just nearly 1,100 up. And last 2 races really, really did hurt us, which is a shame really. We've made a bit of an improvement, but if we don't have a good result in the nations and manufacturers races, so we might as well look now actually at what these 2 are going to be. So I can't do obviously the hold on, wrong screen. I can't do the Tuesday or Wednesday ones. I have to where am I going? I want to go here. So Suzuka Circuit, which we did in the last stream,
with 160 points there. This one I'll be missing, so the next one we'll be doing will be this Saturday. And it's Group 3 at Dragon Trail, the seaside circuit. Everyone is familiar with that. And then a week later we've got Group 1 at Spa. That'll be quite cool as well. So definitely be looking to hopefully improve our points on that one. And that'll be the next stream anyway when we do the seaside race at Dragon Trail in the Group 3. As for the manufacturer series, which unfortunately was quite disappointing with a disconnection literally at the beginning of the lobby being set up, which is why we scored 0 points. We can definitely do a bit better than 88 and 79. Obviously Wednesday I'm going to miss that, but Saturday I'm here for Lago Maggiore in the Group 4, which will be with the Megane Trophy. I think that won't be a good race for us. And then next Saturday, 2 Saturdays from now, is Group 3 at Interlagos, which again I don't think will be a good race for us, so I don't think I'll be attempting them. But for the stream this morning anyway, you can like it if you want. If you liked the stream, then feel free to like it. A subscription as well would be quite nice as well. It's a very, very new channel. I'm not in it, as I said before, for monetary gains or anything like that, because I'm going to need about 50,000 subscribers before I even think about making any money on this. And this is for fun more than anything else. But a subscription and the like kind of tells me that you enjoy what I've been doing so far anyway. It's going to get better in the next few months whilst I get the channel all sort of properly set up, and away we go. At the moment it's just getting the basics done and getting the live streams on the go, and obviously being on the pad at the moment, I'll be all set up with a sim rig and a wheel in the not too distant future, and we'll have some face cams and all that stuff going on as well. So the channel will get better in time. It's very early days at the moment, and everyone has a channel in its very early days. But for today anyway, well, the first 4 races went well. We all started inside the top 6 or 7 and increased our positions. The last 2 races unfortunately went a bit downhill, which is disappointing. But yeah, it's been fun anyway doing the daily races at 8 o'clock on a Monday. It's always the best time to get on for try and get some decent positions, which we did. The first 2 races we were on the podium. The next live stream for me is Friday. It'll be 6:30. It'll be at Canada, where I'm competing in the podium tier for One Hub Racing on F1 2019. So moving away from GTSport and going back to F1 2019. Talking about F1 game in general, 2020 is around the corner, a month or 2 away. You can expect more videos, probably uploads rather than live streams for that one. I'll probably embark on the career mode, certainly some more online races for that as well. So the channel will start to get a bit more busy in the next couple of months. But the next stream for me anyway will be Friday with One Hub Racing, and then Saturday when we take part in the Nations Cup again. So thank you very much for everyone that has dropped in and out of the stream as it's gone on. I know the numbers are low, the channel is slow, the channel is very new, but I'm certainly enjoying what I'm doing so far, and hopefully you guys appreciate the efforts and are enjoying it as well. So thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful Monday, and I'll see you guys in a few days.